We're gonna call a meeting to order a
Oh.
couple minutes after 6.
I'm sure.
Is there any agenda additions or deletions?
Mr. Chairman, I request a very short executive session on personnel matter after the meeting. 10 minutes.
I will second for purposes of discussion.
Okay, all those in favor of the motion, please say aye.
Aye.
Anyone opposed? Okay, let's move, approval of the May 11th minutes.
So moved.
Is there a second?
I'll second it.
All right, all those in favor of the motion, please say aye.
Aye.
Anyone opposed? We have to sign that, George. Approval of the hearing minutes from, also from May 11th.
I'll make a motion to accept them as presented.
Second.
All right, any further discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor of the motion, please say aye.
Aye.
Anyone opposed? All right, highway, got something?
Just to update that we've been working up on Schoolhouse Road and it's about wrapped up. We got some seeding due in the ditches and stuff. Right now we're down just past Paul Austin Road. It's time we're gonna clean up all that broken brush and trees and stuff that's just been thrown over the bank. And we should be about wrapped up tomorrow and next day. The grass seeding will take a little while, but that's about all I have.
Quick,
Question?
information for Cash. My favorite neighbor wanted you to go by and take a look at what the logging has been done in terms of any interference.
Shelley's not here, is she?
No,
I received a phone call from a resident, and he was complaining about all the debris in the road and blew a tire in his car and stuff. And I actually called Jacob, I believe it is, Pitts, and had a
Yep.
discussion with him about maybe cleaning that road up a little bit. I haven't been up there to see it
he hasn't
I was
signed.
up there,
Where,
but
where are they
not
logging?
at Shelley's.
I thought you.
Look,
Oh, they are.
yes.
Well, they're done at
Yeah.
Shelley's. They've moved across the street onto mine now.
Oh, they are
And they're loading the trucks in the road.
in the road.
But they usually clean up every night. It's my understanding that the car that had the blown tire on it,
Yep.
that car shouldn't even been on the road.
Had
It
some
got
of the
tires
meatballs
on
on
it
there.
like that poach right there. And so.
Well, there's all two sides to the story.
Yeah, according to Jacob, he saw the car and the people came up and bitched to him and
Okay.
everything else, and he went down and looked at it because he said if he said he didn't have that much stuff in the road anyway, but he went down and looked at the car and he said that car shouldn't even been on the road.
Well, side point on that,
But they were looking for a set of tires, is what they were doing.
Because they needed them.
Okay.
but I thought Lon George brought that up. I already, confronted.
You had a conversation.
Yes, I did.
Okay.
And
Yeah, she was just concerned that they were gonna interfere with the plowing or whatever you were doing. That's what she wanted you to check
Well, what she
out.
also wants is they blocked off her side over there, and they put logs and brush there to block it off so people can't
That
drive
won't
onto
turn
her
off?
property. And they didn't bring it all the way out to the stone wall. And they wanted to talk with you about it, about whether you wanted it to be brought all the way out to the stone wall.
all right,
But they
that's
should be able to bring it to the stone wall with no problem, because that road is what, a 4-rod road up through there?
yes.
So you
Should
got
be.
32 feet, and you
Yeah.
don't have 32 feet between the stone walls anyway, so if the town needs to do something, you're gonna be able to go past the stone walls anyway.
I'm glad to clarify that because it come on my text message,
Yeah,
and I thought it was Creston from the town forest
no,
because it had just a number,
yeah.
and I didn't even know who it was.
Yeah.
But I took it for granted it's him
With Shelley, but she wants them to push
because I don't
the
have her
blockage
name. All
out so it's even with the stone wall.
right, that
And I told her, this morning I spoke with her about it, and I said,
I'm glad you.
I said, Shelley, you should be able to just take it out there. Yeah, maybe if you want to have Cash come up and look at it, because now they can still pull over to the side of the road, and she wants to get away with that pull-off.
No, is that the one right there in the bottom of the gully?
No,
Where we all
it's
clean
right
garbage
where
up?
they- Right where they had the slasher and everything
okay.
else, and
Up
so it's
the little
in the
hill.
Up
middle of
the
the
hill.
hill.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Well, I'm glad you brought that up because I was going on that side of town because I thought that's who it was.
no, but it's
All right.
with Shelley with 'cause she called me this morning and asked me about it. And I told her, I said, you shouldn't have any problem with that because the bottom line of that road is, it's,
Here,
the
we'll
right of
send it
way
down
is
this
wider
way
than the
and
stone
back.
walls.
It's a 4-rod road, yeah.
Porter Rod Road,
Yep.
which is what, 32 feet?
34.
36 feet, something like that.
65 feet.
Well, yeah, half of it would be 34, 30, 17 and 17 is 34.
Yeah. So, but that's what that issue is here, so.
I'm glad you brought it up, it was that side of the hill,
But,
because I
I
didn't
mean,
recognize.
she just wanted you to come up and look at it and
Yep.
tell them, yeah, go ahead and push it out to, so it's even
Right.
with a stone wall.
Yeah. Thank you. Where we at?
So is this road commissioner request time?
Did what?
Is it road commissioner request time?
Oh,
We need
it's
to
just
do
a
something on
report.
that corner.
I didn't hear what it said.
I didn't hear it either.
It's
Is this
not-
road
it's not
commissioner request time,
not
is
quite
what
time
she
yet.
asked?
Oh,
Public comments.
Yeah,
Well, that's under public comments when we get down there.
All right, I'll wait.
either that or if while we're in the,
Well, we're gonna be out of order.
oh, no, we won't. But
The
whatever.
approval of minutes, or of, warrants.
Select board warrants, they're signing them now. If anybody wants to check them out, go ahead. Guest, no. Margie, are you a guest tonight?
You want me to be? I don't care. I'm too old to care.
No.
Public comments? Yes.
We need to clean that corner up where that stop sign is, where the accident was a week ago.
And what stop
I
sign?
know you go through there with your truck and you can see around that corner maybe, but in a car you cannot see. When you stop at the stop sign by the Firehouse Road, all that brush, every year I get on you about cutting the brush. It's gotta be cut back even further than it was, because you can't see. And we just had an accident there, and the little boy was taken to the hospital with a concussion, and we need to fix that so it doesn't happen again.
So this is Firehouse Road.
No, well, the corner junction of Firehouse Road, Walker Mountain.
Right, on the sharp turn here.
Firehouse Road comes up to by the firehouse, and then Walker Mountain Road is
The
right
upper
by
part of the hook.
where the-
Where the upper.
where the tractor trailer is
I'm-
parked.
So not, okay.
And the issue is, it's actually out of our right of way with all that brush and stuff.
Bushes that are on the corner of the homeowner's property
Yes.
that you can't
Yeah,
really do much about.
and we've
other
all
than-
actually went in there with the mower and stuff and trimmed it back, and I actually hand done it a few years ago.
Can we talk to the homeowner and
Have
see if
to
they're,
do something, maybe.
It sounds like it's similar to down here at Pikowski's old house, where they got those tiger lilies out there in the road. You can't see around them.
What's it? I can't eat here
Down
tonight.
at Pikowski's, Phil Pikowski Senior's house, the old
Yeah.
farmhouse.
Yes.
So they got them tiger lilies out there in the road, and you can't see around those tiger lilies.
Well, on this
Coming
corner,
off
the
Moulton
actual,
Avenue?
No, coming out of their driveway. They're
Oh
right
yes,
away.
I know.
this corner has actually got brush growing on top of a hill.
So
It's around the property,
What?
which makes it worse.
what I think we ought to do is have a conversation, probably a couple select board members or whatever, with the landowner and see if we can actually take and not get in trouble because somebody will say, well, you're doing this for them, you're gonna do it for me. And that corner needs to be taken out, the stone wall, so we can maintain it and get it down.
That's right by the stop sign?
On
well, it's on the other.
the other side of the stop sign.
Okay.
Cause that has always been an issue.
I think
Right across
that's a
from
great
McCullen's
suggestion.
farm.
And to keep that brush down, you're right in the stone wall.
Yep,
Yeah.
I like
And I
that.
know you've cut it every year, but you can't cut it low enough in a car.
Because,
And this was a pickup truck that didn't see that car coming, so,
because that stone wall
yes.
is high.
Is it a stone wall? I know there's a wall there, but
Well,
I
there's a
know
bunch of
it's,
stones in there. I don't know if it's stone
that
wall.
was there, yeah.
Yeah, every time I turn off of that, it's like hoping to God nobody's coming, because you can't
Yeah.
see.
Marge has a question.
Public comments, I'm in the Congress now. I want to reserve my time to the requests from the little village,
Yeah,
the
we
church
got
in the
that.
little village. Plus, I want to say that the planning commission did a very good job on their rewriting of the zoning laws. Very good job.
Yeah, we've got that, letter.
Under new business.
We have it,
I'll keep my minutes to speak at that time.
sure.
All right,
Thank you.
You're welcome.
any other public comments? Community Center Board appointment, Art Hetzel. Where's the paperwork for that?
We just need to, he submitted a letter. We just gotta approve him, right?
Yes,
All right,
And so you have the letter on file.
I do.
I'll make the motion that we go ahead and approve Art Hetzel for the community center. I know that there's a vacancy and
Second.
things are good to go.
all right, any further conversation? All right, all those in favor of the motion, please say aye.
Aye.
Anyone opposed? Corpwell Foundation, letter of support. That's
You've got the
this-
copy of the letter there?
That's this one, right?
Is that, I got
That's
all the
Marge.
redacted in it?
Yeah, could I speak on that?
Go ahead.
So far, when I've come to this town, I've heard a lot of negativity on that little church being redone. That church has stayed there in this town. It is a historical site. And it stayed there, and you've got someone coming along who wants to fix it up. Now, I just read the laws on parking side of the road, and there's no law saying people can't park. I've heard by rumor that they don't have parking space, so we shouldn't approve this letter. Well, how many places in this town don't have the appropriate parking lot? You rent the community center out, and when you rent it, they violate the fire department signs. I've seen them parking up and down the roads.
Go to town
The
one year.
post office, how many people in the town of Clarendon? How many parking spaces for the postal service, post office? That doesn't have enough parking. And there's no law in the state of Vermont that says you can't pull your car off the side of the road in the right of way. This is a piece of history in the village of Clarendon that's been there. In 1927 flood, there sat that little church with the water rushing down, but that little church stood there. And it was a place of worship, and it means a lot to the heritage of Clarendon. And, you know, it sat there. My uncle gave the $10,000. One neighbor said there's no money, and finally I dragged him to the bank and found they still had $4,000. Both of the sides of the road, they say they want it for $1, but they're going to do something with it, and they're upset because they didn't get it. Well, this is a church. It's history. You've lost your little store. You lost your little across from the post office, the little school. You've lost a lot of heritage in Clarendon, but you haven't lost that little church. And I just think you should say, okay, let's get a grant for these people, if that's all they're asking. I believe that you guys gave Cedar an okay to get a grant to place their Cedar in the industrial park at some time. I know there were people up in arms on that. So if you're I don't know what the opposition is. I don't know what anybody has against that being done.
Can I speak for a second? On my, I think that the only concern was that the way it was presented to the board and to the folks who were here was that, not that this board, and maybe I shouldn't speak for them, but my understanding from my takeaway from the conversations that were had was the ask was that the town eventually take over the chapel, and that it take over it as an Oasis Senior Center.
See, I haven't heard that from Nicolette at all.
But that was what Nicolette presented to all of us here.
That was presented here, Marjorie, just so you know.
It was?
It was.
Well, I know somebody on the board even wondered if there was a deed to it.
So
Well, there was, because I registered it.
We did ask that question because at the time the town clerk told us that there wasn't one registered.
Well, she knew there was one because I had registered
So-
it just a few days before.
That was the only
Well, the thing is-
question.
We would have.
Sorry, I don't mean
Okay,
to cut
no,
you
that's
off
fine.
either. So I don't think that there's any opposition for restoring it because it is a beautiful building, and it should absolutely, and that is such a blessing to be able to have a foundation come alongside to be able to do the work to restore that building. And I don't think any one of us would be opposed to that.
Yeah.
But I think
I'm gonna
financially,
make a motion.
for them to say, we're gonna come, because the way it was presented was, we're gonna come, we're gonna fix it all up, we're gonna get it ready to go as a senior center, and then we wanna give it to the town to be able to run it as a senior center, and the town will be then responsible for running it as a senior center. And just the financial implication of that, the staffing of that, the whole, I think the feeling of the board and everybody in the room was, we're not really in the business of running a senior center, at least not right now.
Well, the board can say, look, it's not gonna be a senior center, and, you know, we at one time wanted the Historical Society to take it over. I mean, the board can dictate to this foundation, you know, what it can be used for, I would assume, because it's in the border of Clarendon.
If I recall, and correct me if I'm wrong, but whatever, they brought it to us also, there's no septic, no water.
Right, but they
And that
were
was-
very,
It sounded like it was gonna be a financial burden on the town
So,
to.
See,
get
I've
that done.
talked to Nicolette and I have not heard that from her, but I do believe if you guys got it presented that way, that was a wrong way to present it.
Yes, it
I
was.
mean, I just don't want to see that historical worship building not to be done.
and so Marjorie, a couple of your comments, I know I'm one of the ones that spearheaded the question
Oh, I know.
surrounding the deed.
I know you did.
So I'm gonna own that to you, but I'm also gonna say, don't construe that as me being against the project.
No, because your wife told me you were the one that said it.
It was simply a question that had come up, and at the time we had been told that there wasn't one, and that's why before the town supported anything, I wanted to be clear that the line of ownership was clear, and like that they were working on a building that they actually held the rights to, like that they weren't starting in on something that they didn't
That they
technically own.
that they could then be challenged
Yeah.
on.
The other thing is, when the fire department wanted it, bingo, you had no problem with, because it was given to the fire department. They're the one, their lawyers are
The
the one that got
church
the
did,
deed.
that church?
Really, I didn't know that.
Oh, yes, we gave it to the fire department, and it was their legal team that came up with the deed. And they went and looked, they were gonna open it up and put a engine or something in there and said it wasn't feasible for them to do. But, I saw the town was ready to do that, it was okay to do. So, I mean, I'm not against you guys saying, I didn't realize they wanted you to take it over. But
Yeah.
at somehow, if this foundation did, across from, in Cuttinsville, across from that post office, they did do the little church up there.
Oh, really?
Yes, and
I
it's,
didn't know
the Historical Society of Cuttinsville uses it. But I mean, you can dictate to them and say, hey, if you're gonna fix that building up, the town's not gonna be responsible for that.
Correct.
Right.
But we do need, they do need a grant to fix it up. I mean, in our little church down in East Clarendon,
Yep.
but we were lucky,
Airport Road.
I was involved with that too. We're lucky to find John Parker, who fixed it all up with his own money. And there is held service every year there.
You're talking about the chapel.
The chapel
Airport
in
Road.
East Clarendon. And I mean, it is a beautiful service. And there's no sewer, there's no water there. And
Sure.
there's really no parking, but it's a beautiful service if anybody wanted to come and hear it.
Mr. Chairman, I'd like to make a motion that we, it's gonna be a two-part motion. First part is I would like to draft a memo to Corpwell that the town, will support this, but does not have interest in absorbing it or taking it over.
Ownership.
So I'd like that to be part one. And part two is I would like to make to add to that motion that we approve this letter with a minor deletion. I'd like the first two sentences of paragraph 3 deleted.
I will second that.
I don't even, do we have that?
No,
letter?
we don't.
That's right. If you want to pass it down through.
Oh,
I
you
read
can
it, but I didn't.
You wanna read it, Donnie, so we don't have to.
Okay, the first two sentences say, Clarendon currently has limited public gathering spaces. Our town offices and the town library serve as their specific purpose as well.
That's what I'm proposing to delete. Just because it's not pertinent to what we're talking about.
Right.
Just so they're all clear, I didn't write that, the Corpwell.
That's what,
Correct.
that was the question that
This
I had.
letter
I said,
came
this
from
is nothing
Corpwell.
from us. This
Yeah.
is just something that they wrote for us and put our name at the bottom of it. Yeah.
So again, my motion, which I think has been seconded, is that we approve it with deletion of those two sentences.
All right, let's vote on that motion before we.
Shall we read the letter out loud so we all know what it says?
Yeah, I can read it.
Please.
Dear members of the Grant Review Panel, the Clarendon Select Board is pleased to offer this letter of support for the Corpwell Foundation's application to the Vermont Arts Council's Cultural Facilities Grant Program, it's a mouthful, for funds to update the electrical system at the North Clarendon Chapel. The North Clarendon Chapel, built in 1871, is one of Clarendon's most recognized historic landmarks. The chapel has served this community as a place of worship, gathering, and shared memories for over 150 years. Its restoration is a matter of genuine civic importance. I'm going to skip the two motion deleted sentences because that's where they go. The planned Oasis Cultural and Social Center programming, which would offer structured social and cultural activities for older adults aging in place in our community, speaks to a real and growing need in Clarendon. The Corpwell Foundation has demonstrated sustained commitment to restoring and repurposing the chapel. The organization's raised funds from the Vermont Preservation Trust and other sources to stabilize the building, prevent further deterioration. The proposed electrical system upgrade represents the next critical step to making the chapel safe, functional, and open to the public. The Select Board of the Town of Clarendon fully supports this application and the Corpwell Foundation's continued stewardship of this irreplaceable community asset. We believe the restoration of Chapel 1871 will strengthen the fabric of North Clarendon and serve residents of all ages for generations to come.
Okay, so if we.
Can I just say one other thing? We already have a senior citizen community center in Clarendon. Maybe I need to remind them that.
And that's the main reason I'm deleting that. Right.
And then,
Or asking for that to be deleted. They haven't decided yet, but.
along with parking, isn't there enough breakdown lane on each side of that old Route 7B right there in the village?
To me, that's a non-issue right now.
Okay, look at town yard sale. You
Yeah, I know.
who's parking up and down on both sides of the street.
When people park beside the road, the rest of the citizens tend to make their way around it. It's been my experience anyway.
Yeah, I'm in a meeting right now.
We answered the questions? Marge,
Call the
What?
vote.
did your questions get
They
answered?
certainly did, and you guys are smart. You're
I don't
right
know
on
why I remembered that, but that's,
All right,
Thank you.
I'd like to call a question, but first thing before we do that, you want to put a clause in there that we are signing this with the deletions acknowledged.
I think we
No.
just sent the letter back to him
I
with
believe-
the deletions.
Did it come as a PDF or can you edit it, Kim?
I can edit it.
I was going to say Kim can edit it, and it's only you signing it, so.
Okay,
So.
so they can blame it on me.
Yep.
you wanna add that to motion? If
Well, you're
when it's-
Yeah, I'm good with adding that to the motion that the chairman sign it on behalf of the board.
Second
You're
again.
good with that? Okay.
Seconded by George. All right, all those in favor of the motion, please say aye.
Aye.
Anyone opposed?
I wouldn't sign
You're
that.
gonna have another one to sign because he's
Yeah,
gonna
I know, I'll
edit it.
come in and sign it. All right. Town Hall copier.
Yep, so I provided you with quotes from Canon and a comparison from Canon. We currently own both of the copiers in the office and just pay service on them. This copier that's behind you is getting to the point where it can't be serviced anymore because the parts are not available to fix it. Which is why our tray feeder hasn't been fixed because they can't get the parts to fix it anymore. And Gloria's on her side is shortly behind it. So what they did was they provided us with two different options. If we were to purchase a copier outright to replace, this one would be, they would take this one away in this room.
Yep.
Because we own the one in Gloria's room, that one could be shifted to here. And then the new one would go on the town clerk's side, since the majority of all the copies that are made are on that side anyways. So the outright purchase price is $3,513. However, if we were to go to a lease to own, It would be $68.50 a month, which on the second sheet, it shows you what we're currently paying per month for service. It's $58.49. That's for this machine right behind you. And if we were to get the new one with the lease, we would be paying $75.86, which is just under $20 increase per month for a brand new machine to be sitting on the other side,
The 75.
including service for that machine. And then at the end of that 60 months, we could decide whether we just wanted to buy it out, similar to a lease of a car, or if we wanted to trade it in for a new model, or what the board wanted to do at that point.
What's your recommendation?
My recommendation, because of how quickly electronics go out of date, I would be more apt to go for the lease.
Just lease with no intent to purchase, is that what you're saying?
We would be leasing, but then at the end of the lease, you could make that decision.
Ah,
So for example,
so,
not that the school's
Yep.
a perfect example to this because the volume down here is minimal compared to what I'm doing.
I'm sure.
But we lease one and own, basically I'm on a system now where I'm cycling through similar to what we're talking
Yep,
about.
yep.
I lease one, and then when the lease is done, usually I buy it out for $100 or a couple $100. One goes out the door. The one that's had all the volume for the last 60 months becomes my backup machine.
Gotcha.
For the next, and then the lease takes over for
Yep,
60,
yep.
and then
Makes
When
sense.
they lease that, when they are, for maintenance and stuff like this, that's part of the lease agreement?
So
Yes, that's it.
Yep. They, on the back of the first page, it says, important notes, the pricing is fixed for 5 years, includes trade-in and removal of this existing Canon, so they will remove it for us. The agreement covers all parts, labor, travel, toner, drums, and maintenance. The customer is responsible for paper and staples. Also covered in the agreement is a setup of getting the computer set to print and scan, and all key operator training will be provided at no charge at the time of installation.
I move we lease a new copy machine.
Perfect.
There's a second for discussion.
I'll second it.
All right, is there any further discussion?
Good.
I'm just curious, did you talk to
Gonna-
McGee to see what they would quote?
I did not. This was given to me by the town clerk. So I'm just presenting the material that she received.
I mean,
That-
by my estimation, the pricing's not bad, but I'm just,
Yeah, I don't know much about them, but it looks like to buy it, you'll be saving around $1,000 on a 5-year thing.
yeah, so
And I
you-
don't, like I said, I don't know too much about this.
yeah.
But if they're gonna be responsible for maintenance of it, that $1,000.
$1,000 right there.
Yeah.
You also got to think
Okay.
about it too, that yes, but once you buy it outright, you have to have a service contract on it,
Yep.
I'm over and above.
over and above.
Okay.
So
That'll eat that
Because
up.
once you buy it, there's no service contract unless you buy a service contract.
Okay.
Donnie, did you wanna add?
Oh, no, I talked with Heidi about it earlier this afternoon. I'm pretty, I
All
think,
right,
I
so
think
there's
it's
a
a good idea.
motion,
Yeah.
motion made to, rent, seconded,
Lease.
I think, by, Rob, right?
Yeah.
All those in favor of the motion, please say aye.
Aye.
Anyone opposed? When are they gonna do this?
I'm not sure, but you will have a very happy town clerk.
Okay.
Now comes to the most important gentleman there is in
5 to
town.
6 weeks is my guess.
What's his name? John something.
Zoning bylaws from the planning commission.
So you're looking for a date
I
for
was
the
gonna say,
hearing?
you want a warned, basically a warned hearing, right?
We had our hearing, and we had, Marjorie was the only person from the town that showed up. She basically made the same comment to us that she made to you folks. The planning commission made a concerted effort with these zoning bylaws to try to give a little more flexibility for folks. We know that a lot of things are becoming harder and harder to do with land, so we wanted to try and balance the need for sort of some controlled development with letting people do what they needed to do with their land so they could still survive, more or less, in a lot of cases.
Sure.
So some things that were conditional became permitted, some things that were not permitted became conditional, so we could still have a say in, so the BZA could weigh in, or the town zoning administrator could weigh in. But we did try to sort of relax things a little bit to give people a little more flexibility with their land, especially given all the things that are going on in Montpelier. Even though we did it before all of that came down, I'd like to say we had a crystal ball, but it was really just sheer dumb luck. We were thinking along those lines before Montpelier, well, before the Planning Commission and the Regional Planning Commission and Montpelier came down with new rules and new maps. So what we need, so we've had our one hearing that we're required to have. You folks are required to have a hearing, and then depending on the outcome of that hearing, you can vote to adopt them. I think there's a waiting period before they actually go into effect, where people can still comment, but that's what we're looking for. We're kind of hoping that we might be able to get it in around your June 22nd meeting. That should give you more than 15 days to put it in the paper. Should be able to just take the hearing warning that I sent in and just change who it's coming from and the dates, and that should probably be pretty easy to post. So
First off, just as a point of discussion, I'm going to preface everything, but I'm not available the 22nd, but I'm more than willing to make this motion to have it that night. I just want to make sure we're not going to end up rescheduling a meeting. Everybody else around the 22nd, it is a scheduled vacation for us. 22nd of June. That's the last,
Which is a
next
what?
to the last Monday.
Okay,
It's
Monday?
before our normal one.
yeah, it's your normal. It would be in
4 weeks from
conjunction
now.
with your normal
right.
All
You
right,
meeting.
You do it at 5 o'clock
At
before
5
the normal
o'clock,
meeting.
right?
You would do it. We don't.
No, but I mean,
Whenever you want to schedule it, you could do it for 5:30. I mean, I don't know that there's going to be a whole lot of comment on it. There hasn't been so far, but that doesn't necessarily mean anything. But
No,
I mean, you could schedule it for 5:30.
this for the whole town map and everything?
no, this is just for the town zoning bylaws.
Oh, just
Our
the
zoning
bylaws.
Just the bylaws.
The maps didn't change. The areas of town that were rural,
Designated.
residential, agriculture, those are staying the same. What we did was just tweak what was allowed, what was permitted, what was conditional, and then there were some other tweaks that were required by Act 121 a couple of years ago when we were working on it, mostly around the housing, like allowing for accessory dwellings and kind of trying to allow more housing related development that were required by that particular act. Some of it was boilerplate that we couldn't really change because it was in the statute. But other than that, we tried, and even then, like I think the Act 121 said that the accessory dwelling couldn't be more than 30% of the square footage of the existing dwelling. We actually increased that, I think, to 50, just to give people the ability to have a larger space if they wanted it. So that's allowable. We can make it bigger, we just couldn't make it smaller.
are you going to be available to come to that?
I hope so.
Yeah.
It's a long ways off for me right
Yeah.
now. And 5 o'clock, I don't get out of work till 4:30. I'm on the other end of Rutland now, so
I think
Yeah, 5:30.
I think 5:30 is plenty. I really do.
Yeah.
It should be
And
fine.
if you got inundated, you could delay the select board start. I mean, if you were inundated with people, but I don't think you will be.
John, just a question of curiosity. Was Clarendon's famous engineer expressed any opinion on your work?
since most of the changes were made when he was chair,
Okay,
I
never
would say
mind.
yes. When we revisited them before we did our hearing, we did have some discussion, and there were some changes made at that point.
Okay,
Before we sent them to hearing, but when we were talking about having a meeting to decide whether or not to schedule our hearing, there were some changes made.
thank you.
And some negotiations had.
He had a list of 10 things.
I'll
That's
bet.
about 10 things that he wanted to polish up a little bit.
All right, there's,
So I don't believe you have a motion, so I'll make a motion to schedule the hearing for the 22nd at 5:30.
Second.
June
22nd.
22nd.
And George seconded. All those in favor of the motion, please say aye.
Aye.
Right.
Anyone opposed? Good. The last thing we have here is Rutland County Solid Waste Commission appointment, Dave Potter. He sent a letter in.
He hand wrote, something here for me.
Yeah. And,
Correct. Just like you said.
anybody wanna make a motion to appoint Dave?
So moved.
Second it.
This is seconded by Cass.
I know, but.
All those in favor of the motion,
Okay.
please say aye.
Aye.
Anyone opposed?
But it's just like you said.
All right.
I don't know.
In-
Well, when we come to old business, there is one item.
It's okay, George.
What's that? No, there is an item under old business. Apparently our chair had a birthday yesterday and he's older.
Happy birthday.
Thank you.
Might be belated.
I'm
Happy
just,
belated.
I'm just 79.
We sing to him?
Well, we could, but he might faint out of pure astonishment.
Thank you, George.
So the way I sing, his ears might bleed. I don't know.
Do you have anything that you wanna,
I'm all set.
other than what we did? Kim?
Just that we received a letter from Stone Environmental in the town office, passed everything, no PFAs.
Oh,
Good.
we're still waiting for ours.
Oh,
So
you
that's
are?
that's good
Yeah,
news.
so water's
That's
healthy,
good news.
yeah.
The town's clear. Hopefully, 200 feet that way is clear.
All right, before we go
Depends on
into
which way the
executive
water
session,
flows.
Cash, do you have any concerns?
I've been working with, or had phone calls, conversation with Tom Fuller about finishing up paving on Cold River Road by the bridge by Old Nicky's Pit,
Yeah.
to the Rutland Town line. He's gonna plane the bridge to get weight off it, to repave it.
Yeah.
Right up to the town line. He's gonna wait until he's actually on Stratton Road, I guess, to get a city project to do. And when all his equipment's in that area, he'll be doing it. We haven't heard only a little bit about our grants and stuff for paving, so we'll see if that comes through.
So we don't know if we've gotten it.
Well, as
They said they were sending it for approval,
approval.
but we're still awaiting the documents.
So theoretically, it was
so-
approved.
Theoretically, I think it
Theoretically,
would
it's
be
approved. You're
but
just
it
waiting
could
for the
change.
documents.
Yeah. And I don't, don't let the cat out of the bag and everybody gets excited and then gets flopped.
Yeah. Well,
But there's a good
usually
chance.
if it's going to grant writing,
Yep.
you're usually pretty safe. And that was, just as a reminder, that was Middle Road, right?
Middle Road, yes. From, if this goes through, we should have enough with the town funds that the taxpayers approved to go approximately from Squires Road all the way to Chambers Bridge.
Oh, okay.
And that, by Milver High School, going down that hill by Squires
A
Road,
little
or
bumpy.
it's all, yeah,
Stones are
Yeah.
coming up.
yep.
Always has been.
Yeah.
Used to be 3 frost heaves when I was in high school.
Mm-hmm.
When we're going on our motorcycles, we tried to launch and miss the middle one and end up on the
So that's all I have for an update on that part.
statute of limitations run out on that, so I'm good.
Just a quick announcement. It'll disappoint everybody, I'm sure. My wife tells me that I'm gonna be gone from June 6th until, I guess, the 13th. So, that's it.
So you're missing next meeting. Okay. We'll forgive you.
Well, I hope so, because I'm gonna be in trouble if I don't.
All right, I don't have anything else. Rob?
I do not have anything tonight.
Donnie?
No concerns tonight, Mr. Chairman.
Okay, I entertain a motion to go into executive session.
So moved.
All right, all those in favor of the motion, please say aye.
Aye.
Anyone opposed?